comes a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Player one is just about out of drive after that. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Who's gonna make a move? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. Those aren't working here. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Taking stock. Does a good job of pushing back. Throws out a projectile. Goes for the drive rush there. Back throw for the side switch. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. All right, what takes a big gamble and rips out a Ross KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Hits them with a stopping block. It's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Now, can they finish the job? Player one will look to apply pressure here. Oh, burnout triggered. Finishes with the throw. Player one proved to be the victor in that mirror match.
Comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
Let us round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Player two has the life advantage. Checks with a projectile. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player two is just about out of drive after that. Good parry here to try and make something happen. What are they thinking here? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Holds out with the block. This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the jump in. KO. Player two hits them the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws them to negate the block. Jumps in. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Big opportunity coming. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Oh, burnout triggered. Player one will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Super arch on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Ken bends the meter, hoping for a good return. This right here is what Cammy's all about. Here it comes. The Delta Red Assault. Going in? Now, that back row was huge. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Looking for a hold. Player 2, Cannon Spike. Picks up the counter. This is gotta do better than that. Reads the jump in perfectly. In attack range. All the throw connects. Both sides getting ready. And the drive impact doesn't work. Player wraps it up with a throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who will come out on top in this fight? Oh my, the throw tank blocks the impact. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Throws them. Both fighters planning something? Looking for a hold. Fights back with authority. Here comes a big drop set off. Ooh, the drive impact hit for a punish. Okay, here we go. There's the burnout. Player 2, oh, putting the cherry on top. Hits them while they're standing. Shifting things into high gear. Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Ooh, put a little extra on that. No hesitation or regret. Hit them with that NSF W. Oh, hit the critical arc. They gotta bust out the protractors, bust out the rulers, and think of a plan while this damage plays out. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not matter that both fighters are burned out. What a statement with that fireball. It is over. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. Too far for the throw to connect. Dashes forward. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Very solid corner switch. Good anti-air. Opts for the throw. Trips him up. Goes for the fireball. Deftly shuts out the jump in. All right. Maintains composure and pushes out at the corner. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Can't tech the throw. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. The super armor does its job. Fires off a Shinku Hadouken. Taking stock. Doing some quick planning? Shoots off a fireball up close. They break things off to take a quick breather. Gets the counter hit throw. Both fighters planning something? Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, that last round went right down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win, but with both fighters evenly matched, any small mistake is going to end up being costly. Smart play with the throw. Plenty of life left, a full drive gauge to work with. They have tons of options at their disposal. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Checks with a medium kick. Goes for the jump in. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Hits them with a stopping bomb. They are really going at each other. It's a good spot to use the super. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business.
What's wrong? Get up!
Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Throws a fireball. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Oh, here throws them. Player 2, how did they read that throw? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump ins. Gotta do better than that. Fatal leg twister. Can they use them just what they were after? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. Jumps in. Oh my, the throw tank. Reads the jump in perfectly. Cannon spike. Still slugging it out at this range. Player one with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Somehow manages to block the jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Amazing. Reads the throw and escapes. Scuffle. Bash it to the corner. What's it gotta do better than that? Jump. Oh my God, what a throw tech. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. The pace of the round is going to pick up. Cross that off. Ooh, the drive impact hit for a punish. Both fighters can't use drive. They should have kept this one classified, because it's straight up nasty. Delta red on snow. The super, what's this Shinju Hado gonna do? Okay, here we go. Looking for a hole. Close range projectile. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. It is over. Get that bank account ready.
A new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Let us begin.
Give me a
Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Deftly shuts out the jumper. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. All right, player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out.
It's not over.
Utilizes an over, brings out the super arm. How is this gonna work out for them? Player two needs to deal with this burnout. Reads their mind and texts a throw. Shoots off a fireball up close. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Throws them to negate the block. Snipes them out the air. Player one on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Doesn't miss, sees him coming and shrugs it off with the super armor. Both fighters planning something? Scrapping it out up close. Breaks the block with a throw. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Knockdown and hits him with a stop and block. Full SA meters on, uses the gauge for a super arm. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up.
You'll get it, just what they were after. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Pushing through with the gladiator. The grab misses. Player two with the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Oh! Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Projectile to try and change the situation. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. There's a good and a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The jump-in is denied. Player one needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Down to the wire. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Shingu Hadouken! A quick breather. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Rushing attack to start. That's a nice way to get someone's attention. Balance from above. Jumps. Good job blocking the jump. Hold your breath. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. A quick breather. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Grabs and throws them away. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. The throw missed. Player 2 has the deck stacked against them. Can they KO? Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Comes a new challenger.
Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? An aggressive attack. Puts one in the body. Finds the time to squeeze in above. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Does a good job of pushing back. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. The jump-in is denied. No more drive gauge. Very nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Throws out a projectile. Throws them to negate the block. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Takes a trip. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Pops up. Smart play with the throw. Going in, experiencing burnout. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Big opportunity coming. Barely blocks the jump. Burnout activates. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Not much life difference. Both fighters planning something? Full SA meters on forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? Will this Super Art what a finish? Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Loads up above. Reads the jump in perfectly. Throws a fireball. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. The drive impact doesn't work. Okay, here we fire. Big time whip. Player 2 can build off this lead. And whip. They're wide open. Throws them. They return to center stage. Wouldn't burn out, but they may have a plan here. Ooh, what a smart throw. There's a drive impact. Turning it right up with a super. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1 is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they in with the process? Are we going to see a comeback here? This is so tense. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Doesn't take the throw. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hits them with a stopping block. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player one is just about out of drive after that. All right. Puts one in the pocket. Okay, creating some space here. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Knockdown. Nails the anti-air. Shocks him with the projectile. Taking stock. With the throw. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Takes a trip. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive games, but they still have enough life. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Misses the drive impact. Player 1 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Jumps? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 has a slight life lead. What'll happen here? Charges forward. Still slugging it out at this range. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 1 drops them to half, closing the gap, rushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Experiencing burnout. Gets a risky buck in. You've got to be clutch anti-air. Solid anti-air. Nice fireball. Not in range for the breakthrough with the throw. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Buffs up. Player 2 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they want. Player 2 can't use any drive move, connects with the throw. Target combo into, backs it to the corner. What setup do they have? Throw is denied. What a read. Reads the jump in perfectly. Burnout. Did they mean to do that? Player 1, the drive impact doesn't work. They're in range. We gonna dive in. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we're going to get cleared for landing. Both fighters are anti-air in the punch. Fire! Amazing! Gotta do better than that. Buffs while they're blinking. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Fire coming through. It burns out. What's next? Noticeable life lead if the drive impact doesn't work. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Looking for a hole. 20 seconds left. Oh my God, this fight got the perfect read. What are they waiting for? Is it over? Will they survive? Oh, so close. The next moves are gonna be crucial. An absolute beast. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Choose a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Got their eye on the air. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can cap it. Heats it up with a combo into super. How will this impact things? Throws them to negate the block. Slips the grab. Grabs them. Taking stock. Jumps? Which way you gonna block? Player 2 needs a super art? Will this super art connect? Too much! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Throws it. What's next? Hits them with a stop and block. They choose to spend the move. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. A quick breather. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Both fight. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive lead. This is a very precarious situation. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Using the super can open up huge chances for you. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Not much movement, but the thing is looking to plant them with a pile gun. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Wrecks them! Pumps the brakes on the impact. A jump?
This is my chance.
Break through with the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Start and whip. They're wide open. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 2 with the lead. Will they go for offense? Punish counter sets the table. There's a burnout. Quick medium. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Oh, here we go. Big time whip. Player 1 punch nothing but air. Noticeable life. This can lead to some big damage. Ugh, take a seat. Ooh, done them dirty. Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there.
Real
Player 1 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Trips him up. Throw whip. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Knockdown. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? Opts for the throw. The jump-in is denied. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. All right, what's coming? Oh! The punish counter gives them a great opening KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? The drive impact whiffs. Are they ready to punish? Still scrapping for control, hits them with a stop and pop. Lots of life. It's a good spot to use the super. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here.
Get up.
Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Barely blocks the jump. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure. He reads the jump in perfectly. Both absolutely refuse. Nothing stops this train. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. That combo finishes it. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Trump converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Did well to get the buff in there. Someone flushes that off and keeps going. Are we gonna see it come? Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Brushes off the impact. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Jumps. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Knockdown. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Lots of life to play with. Hits them with a stop and pop. Digs in deep to get that drive in. The impact doesn't do anything. Going in. Looking for a chance. Jumps in.
This is my chance.
They can't squander this punish counter chance. A real... Oh! Putting the cherry on top! Sits him down with a super! Now that's how you take a round.
No way!
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Nowhere to run.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. They're not gonna allow any jump-in. Counter hit throw there. What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Just out of range for that, goes for the low-risk air-to-air. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Throws out a projectile. Feeling out the spacing. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. From up above. The throw misses. This is the range where things get messy. And they hit them with a stopping block. I think both fighters want to add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Now, can they finish the job? Looks to drop them to earth. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Goes for the jump in. Still scrapping for control of the space. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 1 will look knocked up out of the air. Oh no, they're stunned. Light lead is there, but still anyone's game. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player throws that off. The match just started. A back throw for damage and vital positioning. Player 2 has the super... Ooh. Were they baiting them into that? Pumps while they're blinking. All stock throws them. Oh, here we go. Any throw will whiff at that range. Shakes things up with a fireball. A jump in tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Turn out, but they may have a plan here. Taking chunks out of each and whiffs. They're wide open. Denied. Keeps cool and locks them out. I don't know if this is enough to kill. No one could have called that. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what both fighters have in store for us today.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Utilizes an overdrive art there to tack on just a little more damage. Neither fighter can force the other to give up even an inch. Finds the time to squeeze in above. That drive impact doesn't get through. Taking stock. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? This is a real back-and-forth match this time. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Oh! Picture this is gonna be bad news. Were they baiting them into that? Burnout activated. Player 1 has depleted their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. They need to rely on their instincts here. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Finishes with the throw. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Gets a risky buff in. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Hits them with a stopping block. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Roll sucks to pry them open. Well, this is gonna be bad news. Goes off for the critical art. Gets the critical art. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. The drive impact doesn't work. Jumps in anti-air in the clutch. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Excellent block. Impact squashed. Looking for a hole. Do they gamble turn out? But they may have a plan. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? The jump in catches them. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. What's the play here? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Time to do some damage after that wall splat. This down to the wire. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Grabs them. Both fighters planning something? Still slugging it out at this range. Pops up. Knockdown and... Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Lots of hoo-ha banked and plenty of avenues to race through. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could drop them hard. Excellent block. Medium kick hits. Looking for a chance. Hits them with a stopping block. They push their way out of the corner. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Sits them down with a super. Now that's how you take a round. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The last round. It's now or never. Dashes. Reads the jump in perfectly. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this cage disparity. All the throws connects. All stocked up. Where's the pull-up gonna come into play? Bucks while they're blinking. Back to the throw is denied. What a read. Dangerous range here. Noticeable life lead is a flatline zone.
Judy.
Woo, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell him what's good.
The new challenger.
Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time!
Let us begin. Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Throws him down. Side switch. Now they're on the defensive. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Still slugging it out here. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Projectile to try and change the situation. Taking stock. Sticks the jump in. Got a ton of damage off that opening. Can they do it again? That drive impact doesn't get through. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Both can end the round now. Heats it up with a combo into super. They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. Going in, they decide to take a breather to regroup. Takes in the throw. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Covers them with a Psycho Blitz. Brushes off the impact. Shoots off a fireball up close. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic from the back. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Knockdown and plate blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Going in, this is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. KO. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Zones with the fireball. This is go all in with the rush. Turning it right up with the super. First the reservation for the cycle chamber. That's an all-inclusive stage and coming in punching back. Look at nothing stops this train. Puts a bit of putting the cherry on top. This could really tip the scale.
What's wrong? Get up.
What will they do next? And whiffs. They're wide open. Hands on the hunt. Noticeable burnout. Did they mean to do that? What's next? This could lead to some big damage. One player's no reactions on display. This is gonna hurt. They are done. Player two clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's win. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gives the ribcage from TF Impact. Squash. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Digs in deep to get that drive in. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge, pressuring them in the corner. What are they thinking here? Player one in that dangerous burnout state. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sticks the jump in. Projectile to try and change the situation. Feeling out the spacing. Just out of range for that throw. Their life is looking critical, and they brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Next hit will end the round. Grabs them. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. This is the range where thing ends with a projectile. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. That drive impact doesn't get through. Whiffs the throw. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Throws them to negate the block. They were right to be on guard there. Both fighters planning something? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen here? Their will to win is really being tested here. Both fighters are trying... Ooh, what a smart throw! Going in, impact squashed! Are we gonna see a comeback here? The throw missed! Excellent block! That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Manages to block the punish counter, gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. The throw is escaped. Trips him up. Down to the wire. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Solid throw tech. Okay, creating some space here. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Got their eye on the air. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Throws them to negate the block. Gets them. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. Jumps. Controls the distance with a smart kill rush back. The impact doesn't do anything. Ooh. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player one will meet Shinju Hadouken. A quick breather. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Looking for a chance. Finishes it with the anti-air. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let us begin.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Gets the cross-up. There's a corner switch. What's the play here? Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Impact's a no-go. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Bops him with a target combo. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Projectile to try and change the situations. Holds out with the block. Throws them to negate the block. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage can they deal before he brings out the super art? How is this going to work out for them? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Blocks it. Blocks the impact. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to take KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Checks him with the projectile. Ghoul gain control of the match in the early going. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Opts for the air-to-air encounter, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. Misses the grab. Denies the jump in. Barely blocks the jump, brushes that off, and keeps going. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. So, what's next? Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. A quick breather. Ooh, what a smart throw! Oh, what's this? Experiencing burnout. Turning it right up with the super.
Come on. It's time
Wants
to
to
train.
close it out in style, but isn't enough. Couldn't finish. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Hits them with a stop and pop. Both players look, it's a good spot to use the super. Uses the game for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up!
What will they do next? Both fighters are working with a low SA gauge. A back change of plans. They push their way out of the corner. Any throw with nothing stops this train. Player 2 is barely hanging. All the throw connects. This may turn into a big chance. Shakes things up with a fireball. Player 1, impact counter! Oh, that's so sick! Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Punish counter sets the table. They're back into the... What's this Shinju Hano gonna do? I can't believe it! Doesn't take the throw! That was a fight heard round the world! Yo, top that! It's not over yet! Best believe it's time for that run back! Throws him! Jumps up! Grabs him! This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Throw whiffs. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Great block on that ambiguous concept. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish. Strings it all together. Taking stock. Checks him with the projectile. Oh! They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Heats it up with a combo into super. They just went for it with that super. This may be the start of their counter-offensive. What's going to be the play here with this kind of meter down? Oh, easy tech. Holds out with the block. Hold your breath. Beautiful setup with that attack. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Grabs him, takes a trip. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump in. Well-timed corner switch. Checks him with the projectile. Ghoul gain control of the match in the hits him with a stop and bop. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. They gotta make sure not to splurge with that drive gauge and leave themselves vulnerable. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Blocks it. Throws a fireball. They just won't stop switching sides. Uses the target combo as a filler. Smart play with the throw. Player 2, there's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Full and hits them with a stop and bop. That ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Yo, are they actually dead? And it's just enough. Solid read on the bars. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Choose a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round one.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Counter hit throw there. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player one with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. Who's going to break the silence first? Blocks the jump in. Decides to go in with the target combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Taking stock. KO! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Strings it. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Scrapping it out up close. Player two has the life lead. Can they use it? This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Fireball into the corners. They're trying to force the opponent into making blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player one hits them with a stop and pop. Max hits a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
What's wrong? Get up.
There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player two, solid anti-air. Noticeable XP. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? The super armor does its job. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Both sides looking for an opening. Both fighters are low on drive gauge. They'll want to tread carefully for this part of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Trips them up. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Takes a trip. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Down to the wire. Yes! Drive impact for the win. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Goes to the overdrive. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Anything could happen here. Combo with the target combo. What'll happen here? Oh, says no to the impact. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Doing some quick planning? Okay, creating some space here. Player two, drive rush to keep it going. Uses the gauge for a super. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge use. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Oh, what's this? Were they baiting them into that? Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Going in. Blocks it. Grabs and throws them away. They must have a game plan here with the crit. This is KO! Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. What's the play here? Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state, looking to cook him up, weaving that super art into the combo. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Who's it gonna be? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? So it looks like our fighters are taking a breather. Player 2. Oh! There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Takes a trip. Holds out with the block. Makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Sees it coming and blocks it out. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Knockdown, and they were right to be on guard there. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. What'll happen here? There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Jumps. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
Real win.
Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.